Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Willkommen, bienvenue and welcome to everybody around the world in all the different countries where you're watching me. This week, if you're a returning viewer, hello again, and if you're new, well, have I got a treat for you. I've got a DIY project that has taken me all week even to film and make and put together. It's a keepsake box, or a box just to keep on show. It's very special. I love it. I hope you're going to love it too. And basically, if you're interested in seeing a rather wonderful magical box come to life, then do please keep on watching. So I'm going to show you all the things that I'm using to do this DIY first. And the first thing is this plain wooden box. It just unclips at the front, nothing inside, clips back up again. I got it from a shop called The Works, and it was the remarkably low price of £4. And as you can see, it's about, how long is it? It's 25 centimeters long and about 9 high. So it's a nice box. I've got my thing for cutting paper. I don't know what you call it. It's like a guillotine, but it's like a sliding guillotine. So I'll put that over there. Got some scissors. I've got some spray paint. It's matte black, and I usually use this one because it's only £1 in the pound shop. I've got my Mod Podge glue, and I went all out and got some Rust-Oleum chalk paint, which is chalk white. It says you don't need to prime or sand, and I think this was about £12, so this is the most expensive thing so far. Now, for the decoration of the box, I've got various things here, bits of paper, things that I chose off Pinterest, and because we don't have a printer, I put them all on a memory stick and took them to our local library and printed them out there. Now, sharp-eyed viewers may notice that this is printed back to front, and that's because when we put the picture on the box, when we take it off again, it will be the right way round. So I've got this lovely poem, the opening of The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. I've got some wild and wonderful things that I found on Pinterest to go on the back and the front and the sides and the top. Actually, I might put this one on the front, to be fair. I think that would be much nicer. Yeah, so all you have to do is print it out, make sure that the image is flipped. All of these are. I don't know if you can see, but all the words are back to front. Here is the old Ouroboros. It's the first time actually I've ever seen an Ouroboros with arms and legs, but hey ho. And that's all you need really. I've got a nice brush here. I'll probably need more brushes as we go along, but that's all you need. So if you haven't got any chalk paint, that's about the most expensive thing you're going to need. Here is the box outside in the open air so that I don't get poisoned by the fumes. And here I am shaking the paint. It says to do it for 2 to 3 minutes, so I've already been doing a bit. And it's supposedly touch dry within 20 to 30 minutes each coat. So I'm just going to do light coat like this, and carry on until I get it all done. Okay, so here is the box now. It's, as you can see, completely painted. It's all black now, and I painted it inside as well. I painted the inside with just ordinary acrylic paint, and then I took some silver acrylic paint and made some stars. Now you can see there's a big space where the stars aren't, and to go there I have this lovely raven, following the theme of Raven from the poem, that's going to go on the top, and I've put some little sticky squares on the back of him to raise him up a bit, and these just come on like a sheet of sticky squares. They're made of foam. I gave him a little diamondy eye as well, so he's going to go there or thereabouts, and because he's got the sticky squares on the back, he'll have a sort of shadow to make him stand out against the stars. So that's that. I'm just going to stick him on and then I'll come right back. So there he is. There you can see, I'm just moving the lid so you can see the shadow a little bit better and how he stands out fractionally from the sky. So that's the lovely raven. He came out of a bag of Halloween birds that I got in Poundland, just in case you're wondering. Not last year but the year before, and they're just sort of silhouettes of ravens. They're like this, and there's some flying. I've got them all over my bedroom to be perfectly honest, but this is one I haven't stuck on the wall. Right, so I'm just gonna shut the box and get ready to show you the next stage. Right, here we go then. Rust-Oleum chalky finish furniture paint, which is water based, so hopefully I will be able to wash the brush with water. Here I am stirring it as it instructs me to do, and here is my paintbrush. So I'm just going to start, really. Oh, there we go. See, it looks quite thick. It's got nice coverage. And what I'm going to do is probably do a couple of coats, I imagine, just to get a good white base for the design to go on. The edges, yeah, you see, that's not a bad coverage. If that was a foundation, I'd be happy with that. And then what I'm going to do, hopefully, I've planned this all in my head, you know. I don't just throw these things together. I'm going to try and use my handy dandy sponge just to rough the edges up. What do we think? Not sure. I can always go over it again with some sandpaper just to get the edges looking more antique-y and rustic and interesting. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. And then the I'll just show you with this I mean, obviously I'm not using this on the top, but that will go, the piece of paper, because I haven't got it in here with me, of course, plan ahead, don't be ridiculous. It will fit on there just like that. So I'm just going to do the other sides. I'm going to have to leave it to dry. I mean, it says it's dry quite quickly, but obviously I don't want to risk bollocksing it up by rushing, which of course I never do. I can just hear my husband laughing like a drain. As I say, I never rush and bollocks things up, because I always do. There we go. And yes, and then I'll come back and show you once it's all dry and we're ready to put the designs on. So don't go anywhere. Right then, the chalk paint is dry, and I'm going to start putting the images on here. So I've got my Mod Podge glue, and it's important to remember here that you're putting the glue on the side with the image on it. So we're getting a nice consistent layer of glue all over the image. And you can do this on a printer at home if you've got a printer, or as I said, I think at the beginning, I went to the library because we don't have a printer at home. Whoops. Or if you're at work and you're lucky enough to have a printer available there, obviously that's even better. Then you don't have to pay for your own ink. Ha ha. Right, so we get this and we place it where we want it to be, which is reasonably central, and just give it a nice press down. Make sure there's no wrinkles or bubbles or other unfortunate creatures trapped underneath. And then all you need to do is the rest of them, which I have here hiding, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's all ready to dry, and then we'll come back tomorrow and take the paper off. So stand by. And there it is. All the images are glued on. It doesn't matter that they've gone over the where it opens, because we're going to be taking the paper off tomorrow. And then what we'll do is, if it's worked, which fingers crossed, we will varnish it with some spray varnish and see what we've got. So come back tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day, everything's dried, and it is the moment of truth. So I'm getting just a cloth and some water, and I'm just going to wet the paper. And you really just want to wet it until you can see a bit of the design sort of coming through, type of thing. I mean, with the paint being water soluble, you've got to be a bit careful, but there, we can see something coming through there. So fingers crossed, everybody. And what we do is we just start. Oh, I don't think it's wet enough. We just start to roll it. There we go, look. And once you get it started, oh, I think it's worked. Oh, look, how exciting is this? This is very exciting. Look, it's, oh, god damn, this is such a great technique. There we go, look. And underneath, there it is. And of course it doesn't matter what the edges are like, because it's supposed to be not rough, not rustic, antique, that's the word I'm looking for there. And the raven, there it is. Oh, I'm so pleased. I was really worried that this wasn't going to work, and it's taken such a long time to film this video, because obviously you have to keep waiting for everything to dry. And normally with like makeup videos and things like that, and fashion videos, I can pretty much get them done in a day, but this has taken all week. So I am really, really happy that it's worked. And all that I need to do now, look, there it is. All I need to do now is not take too much off. I mean, the edges don't really matter. I just don't want the actual image itself to disappear. So I'll take off the straight edges. I can probably do that with a bit of sandpaper. Oh, this is just the coolest technique, don't you think? And there is. I will stop in a minute and let you see it. Stand by. There we go, look. Not too shabby. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I will carry on. I'll show you how we do the bit with the clasp and over the, God, I can't speak today, and over the bit where we stuck over the lid where it opens. Ah, words, speech, tricky old stuff. So, not too wet. Put it on, and hopefully get it started. There we go, get it started, and it will come rolling off. It's actually pretty satisfying to do. You've just got to be fairly careful that you don't take all the paint off as well. I think it's great. I really hope some of you have a go at this, because it's such fun and so inexpensive. I mean, the chalk paint, you could probably use white acrylic paint like I did on my other projects. So to make it even less of a financial outlay, just use acrylic paint and not chalk paint, and then all you've got is printing and the box. I mean, you could do a smaller box. I got a really small one that I did before Christmas, and that was only £1. And this one, as I said at the start, was only £4. So that's the moon there, if you can't see it. And there should be a raven hiding under here somewhere. The moon there. Ah, there he is, look. See, I took a fraction too much off there. But you can see the raven. And then I'm just running my fingernail along the edge. And oh, I haven't done the other ones, that's why it won't open. But it will open, obviously. And then once it's varnished, you'll be able to see the raven more clearly. And you can see the edge of the moon there, I think. There. Yeah. And it definitely looks like it's been there for 1,000 years. As I say, a bit of a light hand whilst maintaining a good pressure, if that makes any sense at all, because otherwise you'll just rub the whole thing off. So that's all there is to it, really. Let me just move the camera slightly so you can see that. There we go, and we'll just have another little go on this one. And while I'm doing it, I will give a big shout out to my Canadian friend, Miss Wilma Fingerdo. Now, I've got two Canadian YouTuber friends now. I've got Madam Absinthe, who you may or may not know, who is the coolest Gothic seamstress, designer, all round generally cool person, and I will link her channel. And I also now am very good friends with, taking a bit too much off there, the lovely Miss Wilma Fingerdo, and she does reviews on the RuPaul Drag Race on her channel. So if you're a fan of that, you should definitely tune in. And she gave me a shout out the other day, which was super nice of her. And I'm going to link her channel. I'm going to link Madam Absinthe's channel, and you can go over and you can have a look at both of their channels and see what you think. Wilma does makeup reviews as well, so obviously a lot of people here like makeup, so that's good. Taking a bit too much off there. Let's take that off there. I will stick that back down. You can just about make out this bird skull here, I think. And just take this bit off here. And Wilma also, while I'm speaking about her, very generously bought me a coffee on my Ko-fi page. And what I'm going to do is make a list of all the lovely folk that have bought me a beverage on that. So if you want to join that august company, follow the link to my Ko-fi in the description. You can buy me a coffee or a tea or whatever sort of beverage I decide to spend the money on. To be fair, it's usually coffee. Before I retired, I very rarely went out for coffee. I mean, very rarely. I was one of those people that used to say, why would you pay £3 for a coffee when you can make it at home for nothing? But now I'm retired and I can go out for coffee whenever I like, with other friends and with my lovely husband. It's just become a thing that we do every now and again, and it's a nice treat, actually. So I might run along the edge with a blade before I finish doing this. Yep, there's the moon, there's the raven. It's just a case of carrying on and doing as much as you can before you rip the whole bit of paper off. So this is a tree here, I think, from what I recall. Bit of tree branch. But you can see the raven, that's the main thing, and you can see the moon. So I will just carry on doing this, and then I'll come back. Let's see how the words are coming on. There's the words. And I'll come back later and we will varnish it with some spray varnish. I might put some corners on it as well, depending how I feel about it, but let's say that's where we're up to at this point. And may I present to you the finished box. box. How lovely is it? And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. Ah, Edgar Allan Poe, how much we love him. So that's the top. On the front you can see the raven, a different raven I imagine, a moon, the moon, and you can see this side has healing, chaotic, all sorts of words and symbols, and an almost bird skull here. This looks like a pupa of some sort. On the back we have the delightful Ouroboros eating his own tail. There's his arms and legs, moon and stars and lots of astrological things carrying on there. On this side we have darkness and fire and negative and all sorts of other words and symbols, and that's astrological, and that I think is Enochian, but I could be wrong. Yes, so that is the box, and inside, as you remember, if I can open it, is the lovely raven silhouette. So the finished article. So there it was, my beautiful, beautiful Edgar Allan Poe / raven / magical / Ouroboros box. I really hope you like it. Right, well, thank you very much for sticking with it. I really hope you enjoyed this DIY. We'll go back to doing makeup and fashion whenever. If you can give the video a big thumbs up, that would be lovely. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It would be really nice, and it means a lot for me and the channel if you can. Because I'm not monetizing the channel, I have got in place a Ko-fi account. So if you want to show some love, you can go there and buy me a Ko-fi. And thank you so much to everyone that already has. I'm going to be making a list of everybody that has done such a generous thing, and I'm going to be putting it up at the end of future videos, so you can look out and see your name on there. What else? Well, make sure to stay safe, everybody. Make sure to look after all the animals and plants and all the parts of the natural world where you live. But what do we say? Every week, and I do mean it because it is important. Stay strange. Okay, bye for now, everybody. See you next time.